What's up? HonorHammer26, I'm here to give you my 16th Q&A. If you'd like to send me a Q&A question, please don't hesitate to do so. Go into my inbox, send me a personal message, pro wrestling, sports, make questions you want. You guys always do a good job with that. Alright, one new rule I'm going to add to the Q&As is that if you have a question that has time constraints to it, like the first couple of questions I just got recently, I'm going to have to move your questions to the front. It's only fair that I answer them, because there have been like 7 or 8 questions that I haven't answered that were like really, really good questions that I didn't get the chance to answer. And I don't want to do that, so I'm just going to move. There were 3 questions that I really see among the ones that I have that I could answer now. So here we go with that. And the first 2 kind of connect with each other, and you'll see why in a minute. First question from HonorReclaimsHTown. What do you think about What do you think the main event for both Glory of Honor 9 and Summerslam 2010 will be? All right, for Glory of Honor 9. Probably like a 4-way. I have a feeling they're going to do something Death Before Dishonor 6-esque, like a 4-way elimination match. Davey, Roderick, Tyler Black, and Chris Daniels 4-way for the Irish World title. I think it's going to be that. Or, I mean, maybe they could do Kings of Wrestling, American Wolves, or maybe they can start that after. I don't know. That's a huge tag team match. It's never happened. So, maybe they might save it for Final Battle. I'm not sure. One of those 2. And then for SummerSlam 2010... I'm thinking maybe I want it to be Cena Danielson as much as or Cena Daniel Bryan, but I mean, would WWE really give the NXT Invasion that much momentum? I mean, I'd do it. It would be something different. It'd be great. And that leads to the second question from HonorReclaimsHTown. Do you think a Bryan Danielson versus John Cena feud heading into SummerSlam will create more buzz for the WWE and more pay-per-view buys? I think that would. It's something fresh. It's something new. I don't see why not. Danielson is obviously ready. I mean, he's probably. If he's not the best wrestler in the world, he's second behind Davey Richards, in my opinion. And I think it would be just great to see. Bryan Danielson probably would have to be a heel after what happened on Raw Monday night, but I think it would be so great to see Cena versus Danielson as the main event of SummerSlam. It would just... It's something fresh, and it would be something new, which really, really could captivate the WWE, honestly. I don't see Danielson winning that match, but... we'll see. And again, from Sanders Robin 24, do you think the Wizards have a chance of signing LeBron? I believe that he has a high interest in playing with John Wall. I would have a high interest in playing with John Wall too, but you know, I'm only 5'9". But I feel that the Wizards really have no shot at signing LeBron. I think he's just going to stay in Cleveland. I think it's going to be way too much for him to go anywhere, honestly. But I mean, I'd love to have him, but I just think he's not going to come here. I mean, the Wizards and Cavaliers sort of have like a mini rivalry going on. We're kind of rivals. Our biggest rivals, them and the Heat, pretty much. But I really don't think LeBron can come to the Wizards at all. First question from Toiletseatbreaker. The only question from Toiletseatbreaker. If you were a wrestler and could work for any indie promotion you wanted, what would you choose? Probably Ring of Honor. They're kind of in the process from going from indie promotion to a mainstream promotion, but I'd still work there. I mean, they're probably the most known indie promotion, so I'd get my name out there. The most work for Ring of Honor. A question from ROH for Life 91. What moments in wrestling do you think are so bad that you have to laugh at them? Vince Russo has a lot of those. A lot of stuff in TNA Impact in the last, just that whole... there was a skit I don't remember exactly when it was. I'm trying to block it. I think it was maybe during the main event Mafia Frontline feud where Team 3 came out in suits and he thought they were joining the main event Mafia, and it was so obvious that they were not gonna join the main event Mafia. They were gonna turn and join the front line, and I was just laughing throughout that entire skit because it was just so horribly put together. I remember that. It was so bad. Alright. First question from Y2AFW. If you could have any wrestler, any gimmick, who and what would it be? I'd probably... I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. There's a lot of things you could do here. Who's a guy who's having a lot of gimmick trouble lately? I don't know. Maybe I'd do something with Evan Bourne, kind of give him maybe like a huge push, and maybe change the gimmick up a little bit doing that. Maybe a good answer. Maybe that wouldn't be the best thing though. I don't know. Probably I'd say that though. That's a good thing. Maybe if I were to change the gimmick, it would probably push someone to the main event in either WWE or TNA. And again from Y2AFW, what's your all-time favorite and least favorite movie? Least favorite movie. I don't even know why I saw that movie back. When did I even see that movie? Nah, it's not Happy Feet. I hated that, but I don't even remember seeing it, but I remember hating it. so I must have saw it. All-time favorite movie. I can't just put one here. I don't know. Maybe I really like sports movies. Really like 8 Men Out. It was a really good movie. Field of Dreams has got to be up there. Maybe I don't know. I just don't know. Probably least favorite movie would be Happy Feet, and favorite movie would probably have to be. Favorite movie would have to be maybe The Natural. Probably gotta say The Natural. Alright, first question from Legend Killer 410. In ROH, who do you see being the next breakout Star Wars champion? Who do you expect to eventually carry the company? Personally, I'd love to see Kenny Omega hold the title down the road. If he didn't have such a prestigious deal with DDT, I think him and Richards would be the two guys to lead ROH into the future with the company. So I can definitely see Kenny Omega holding the world title, and they haven't had a Canadian champion yet. So, and Canadians are now a big market for Ring of Honor, so I think that would be very cool to see Kenny Omega hold the title down the road. And he definitely is good enough to do it, and he has a different type of gimmick, which a ROH champion really hasn't had before, so I'd like to see that as well. First question from Double Cross King. What are your thoughts on Big Japan Pro Wrestling? From what you've seen, what are your favorite matches and wrestlers from there? Big Japan is good death match. Every time I pretty much watch it, I think, why doesn't the U.S. have something like that? Just a good death match promotion. CCW is not good. IW South is on its last leg. IW East Coast is alright, but it really doesn't have anything that really suits my fancy. Favorite matches, I love Jun Kasai versus Ryuji Ito from last year. There was a match from 07. I forgot who was in it, but that was excellent as well. Takeda versus the junior. Miyamoto versus Takeda from last year was really good as well. Wrestlers, Jun Kasai's got to be up there. Daisuke Sakamoto is definitely up there. Yeah, those are probably my two favorites. Next question from Double Cross King. Do you think any of the TNA knockouts could work with getting a China push, as in competing against guys and periodically possibly getting a male's belt, mostly X Division? The two best candidates for that recently left the company, Awesome Kong and cheerleader Alyssa Flash. I thought those were two great candidates for it, but there's no one really in the company now that can do that, in my opinion. There's no one. If they hire back Awesome Kong somehow, because Bubba Love Sponge is now gone, maybe she can do it. And again from Double Cross King, what have you thought of the BTK angle so far in Chikara? I think it's very good. I think it's honestly... I think hopefully this doesn't... Maybe it's just hope for me that this doesn't drag out. I mean, it's so strong right now. It's by far one of the two best feuds in wrestling right now with Steen, Cabana, Generico, and Carino. I forgot his name. And I just think that hopefully this doesn't drag out, because I'm a little worried, because this reminds me a little bit of the NWO, and that dragged out for years. So, and the NWO failed so terribly. NWO failed so terribly. So I don't want to see that happen. But, I mean, I don't know what more they can add to it. I mean, King of Trios, that's great. They have the Lions Cup now. They have the Campeones de Parejas. They just added Delirious to the mix. I just hopefully this doesn't get very old, is what I'm thinking here. Hopefully they just continue in the direction they're going, because it's going very well. Alright, and final question from ROH for Life 91. How do you think the wrestling landscape would have changed if Mick Foley, Steve Austin, and Kurt Angle would have stayed or joined ECW in the mid-1990s and not being WWE breeding ground later on? Well, you wouldn't have Stone Cold Steve Austin. You still would have been Superstar Steve Austin. Kurt Angle just turned into one of the greatest workers in WWE history during that time period. Somebody had less matches like that. Mick Foley would have never seen Mankind, never would have seen Dude Love. He probably just would have been Cactus Jack for his career, Mick Foley. And he probably wouldn't be seen as much of a legend without the Mankind or Dude Love gimmicks, especially the Mankind gimmick. So I think maybe just as three individuals, they would not be big stars, and it probably would have changed the landscape of wrestling a little bit, because WWE would have not seen the most successful person in WWE history, Stone Cold Steve Austin, wouldn't be in existence. Alright, see you guys later.